Hello, welcome back to the Relationship Theory, everybody. Here we take thoughts in, break them down, build them up, and play them out. You know the drill. Today we're going to be talking about less detached, more more consciousness without limit. Less detached, more consciousness without limit. What do I mean by this? Spiritual practices today will talk so much about being detached, about letting go, about separation. And these things are valuable in their times. However, on a daily basis, on a typical basis, separation and letting go and dropping things off and detaching is not going to work for you. It's not going to work. We wake up each and every day. We go to sleep each and every day. These are functions that we are aware of. You can be awake and know you're asleep. You can be asleep and know you're not awake. You can know that you're dreaming. You can know that you are not living the life that you want to live or the life that you've been dreaming of. You can know one state by being in its opposite state. You would consider this, and I'll tell you, but you would consider this consciousness. Now, I haven't written this down anywhere, but I describe consciousness as a state of mind. No. Oh, how do I describe it? Goodness. Okay, I had to check my notes, but what I wrote was consciousness is a state of flow or fluidity that contains itself no matter the reality. So whether that reality is that you're sleeping, you are in a state of flow. Whether you are awake and aware or conscious, you are in a state of flow. So less detached, more consciousness without limit. Now, what do I mean by without limit though? So when you're conscious, and I was actually, if you are on this app called Clubhouse, I was on this app and I was listening to a few conversations that discussed consciousness. And a lot of the times when we are talking about consciousness, we also cover topics like logic. We cover topics like sequence, a timeline, a consequence, or a sequential order in which things function properly or in a set pattern. The only thing that consciousness and the conscious does not discuss or cover, or at least when I hear people talking about it, is they don't cover the aspect of consciousness that believes in limits because it's in a set pattern. So when I talk about detachment, and to say less detached and more consciousness without limit, is to be aware of said patterns, but to know that the pattern is not all there is. Or at least to acknowledge that you are in a set pattern that can change, that is open to augmentation, that has alternate realities attached to it. This does not mean that you live in every single reality. This does not mean that the reality that you believe you are in isn't the real one, because again, consciousness is a state of flow that contains itself no matter the reality. So you know yourself whether you are in the 1800s or you live in cyberpunk 2077. It doesn't matter the timeline. The point is that you know who you are. Where do you get that kind of context or reference though for knowing yourself, your experiences? You believe in what made you what you are today. You believe in what has occurred to you. It's knowing where you've come from. It's knowing what you've endured. It's knowing what you've experienced that helps you know that you can go beyond your limits. See, we take what we've experienced in life. We take what we have endured. And one of the things that people don't typically discuss is where you've come from shows you what more you could have done once you look back. A lot of people like to judge themselves at this point. They like to look back in retrospect and go, oh, I could have, when actually it's you looking back and going, oh, I could have. That shows you that you were limitless. It shows you what more was available. It's odd because at the same time you will live life and you will talk to people and you hear them talk in ways as if their present life has reached its cap. It's reached its limit, as if there's no more to be found, there's nowhere to go. And it's really strange because those are the kinds of people who, it's evident, they don't learn from history. History ought to teach those kinds of people there is no limit. If you are able to go, oh man, I could have, that should actually make you happy. That you are able to look back and know what more you could have done, because the question then becomes, wait a minute, I'm living in the present moment, which will soon become my history. What do I believe I'm capable of today that I can go beyond? So I'll leave that question with you guys. That's consciousness without limit. How do you use your present moment to go plus ultra? Shout out to My Hero Academia fans, if you know where that reference is from. But this is going to be this episode of The Relationship Theory. I hope you guys enjoyed this and got something out of it. Enjoy your day.